Welcome back to Persia Red Space, and I'm doing this video on the connection of mind and body. Now, I did this earlier in a Facebook class, and I always have these brain farts, and when the downloads come in, like my mind be everywhere. So I was like, let me redo this video so I could post it up on my YouTube. So we're going to be talking about the connection of your mind with your physical body, because some of us are really disconnected or imbalanced in that area, which it happens, like, because life happens. Everybody always has to, actively work to stay in alignment, balanced, and harmonized. So I wanted to talk about first, like, some of the symptoms if your mind and body are disconnected. So one way you'll know that your body is dominant to your mind is like, okay, say you've been wanting to lose weight and do all this stuff for like a while, years probably, right? And when your body starts saying, oh, I'm tired or I can't do this, you just stop. Like your body runs the show. You haven't gotten to that person that you've been wanting to get to because your body keeps on stopping you. It keeps on saying, oh, I'm too tired for this. This is a little bit too much pain. This is a little bit too much soreness. And then you're just like, oh, okay, well, I'll stop. And then you never get those results. So that's what your body being dominant over your mind. And if your mind is dominant over your body, you tend to go down quick. Like, you tend to get sick very easily because your mind is running the show and it's not recognizing that your body needs some type of break, some type of self-care, some type of relaxation, some type of, hey, can we just not use me right now? So because of that, if you overexert yourself physically, you tend to get sick. Colds, you know what I'm saying? Your immune system is basically taking a big hit. If your body is basically dominant, then you also have a tendency to get sick because you're not putting yourself in a situation where you have a lot of movement. You don't have a lot of discipline. So if you don't have discipline in your physical body, then your physical body basically takes over, what's going to manifest within it. And if it's not working out, if it's not eating the right foods, if it's not, getting the vitamins and minerals it needs, it's going to start breaking down. It's going to start having issues. So kind of like either way, you kind of start having issues. And don't think that if you have any medical issues right now, that is, I'm sorry, my nose ring. That is the reason why you're having issues. There are other things that create us to have issues, which is just like genetics, you know what I mean? So don't think like immediately that that's what's it, especially if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing and taking care of your body. I'm trying to think of some of the other examples that I used. Oh, yeah. So, if you want to think of someone that has a balanced yet dominant mind, like their mind and body is balanced, but you can tell that their mind is dominant. Look at gurus, yogis, monks. They're able to do miraculous feats with their physical body and their mental body. But if you think about it, a lot of it comes from their mental focus and their mental concentration. A lot of them do meditations like at least 8 hours a day. Now, I'm not saying go out here and do meditations like 8 hours a day, like, unless that's the path that you want to go down. But they have come to a point where they have mastered their mental, they have mastered their mind, and they're in one accord with the cosmos, with lifetons, like protons and neutrons, lifetons. I heard that in a book I was reading. And it's basically the energy, the makeup of life, which is why they're able to either manifest things from what seems nowhere. They're able to do a lot of physical things like lifting a heavy weight or staying in a certain position for a certain period of time without needing to use the bathroom or anything like that. They're able to be in two places at once. They are able to know exactly what you're about to ask them before you even ask them, even if you told no one else. This is because they've basically created a symbiotic relationship with life tones, with their mind. Like they've gotten to a space, but they also take care of their body. It may look like monks and the yogis and them swamis don't take care of their bodies, or like they don't eat. They eat. They keep their bodies together because each person, each body is different. So your needs as a person or as a physical being will be different. So the type of food you eat, as long as it's healthy, your body's in motion, you're putting in the preventative medicines and herbs and things of that nature, and really paying attention to when you are hungry, when you are tired, then then it's like you're at a good balance with everything. The reason why it's so important to balance mind and body is because you want your energy to be able to flow from your crown through your womb and back through. You want your auric field to be clean and clear. Like, you don't want anything blocking it, because when you have stuff blocking your auric field or your chakras, that starts to block your blessings, your manifestations. That starts to block your positive feelings, your feelings of feeling good, of being able to reduce your own stress and anxiety without outside influences. Um, and positive energy being around you, period, just you're able to give that off to other people. You're able to deposit something positive in someone else's space instead of something negative. Um, you are able to fight off actually a lot of respiratory ailments, or like sort of some ailments that have come because of these blockages that you had. Some of these physical ailments, once you remove a blockage, it's gone. It's not going to be there anymore because you've removed what was there causing that issue. That makes it easier to go through life, to be able to manifest the world you want to be in, to be able to bounce back, to be able to battle depression and things like that. That's very important. And like many energy workers, I always say, like, have someone that will rebalance your energies, whether it be physically, getting massages like acupressure, acupuncture, hot stones, lomi lomi. Energetically, you need to be energized, whether it be Reiki, crystal therapy, um, things of that nature. And just even mentally doing something that mentally makes you feel better. Females, getting your nails done. Fellas, going out having a cold brew, going fishing, anything dealing with nature, going horseback riding, playing pool, going to a spa, going to the range, the shooting range or whatever. Anything like that is considered something for your mental, because it's giving you something visual that just in a way distracts the mind, but it's really just giving it something else to focus on. So in trying to find the balance of both mind and body, and making sure that that connection is symbiotic and not parasitic to the other, it's just everyday things. And some people may call the everyday things mundane. And even like I did, I was like, getting my nails done is very mundane. When I think about it, you know, I don't really think about it as mundane anymore, because you can enchant your nail polish, you can enchant your lipstick, your eyeshadow, you can enchant your bath water, you can enchant your peace when you go to the range, you can talk to the animals in nature. There's a lot of different things that you can do that makes it no longer mundane. So it's not really mundane if you're doing it, because we're all spiritual, magical beings. Some of us are just more in tune, are able to, be more in balance. And there's nothing wrong with if you're not. The only thing that would ever be wrong is if you never tried to change, if you never tried something different than what's the ordinary of what's not working. So the connection of mind and body is very powerful, but it needs to be symbiotic and not parasitic to each other, because one dominating the other one too much can cause health issues on any extreme, on any front. So if you have things that you want to do, that your mental has been saying, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but you haven't done, like you've been stopping yourself physically with excuses that are kind of or pretty lame, go and do it. I'm not saying overwhelm yourself in like one sitting and do it, but write it down and set some realistic goals. Because another thing that the body being dominant does is it creates a lack of discipline. Because the body kind of deals with glutton. It loves pleasure. It hates certain things. It wants to be heard, and it doesn't want to do what it doesn't want to do. Okay? It can be gluttonous in some ways. But we need discipline. Saturn deals with discipline and with time. So for those that prefer or like to work with Saturn, Saturn can help you get discipline. Because when Saturn goes in retrograde, it basically brings up the stuff that, we're supposed to be done. And if it was done with discipline, or like, when I say with discipline, your version of discipline, you are rewarded by Saturn for that. But if you haven't shown any type of discipline, Saturn will usually kick you in the butt. So like the person still looking the same way they looked when they said they wanted to work out and get toned, like they haven't toned up, nothing has changed. That would be, in my head, an idea of punishment from Saturn, because you weren't disciplined enough to continue with your workout, to continue to go through when your body was like, I feel a little bit of soreness, I don't want to do this anymore. You decided to stop. So working with Saturn, doing work on a Saturday, and really just trying to delegate your time and organize your time fairly. When I say fairly, sometimes people lean more to one side in what they want to organize instead of balancing it out with everything that they're trying to organize. And that doesn't help out either. That actually like kind of hinders your progress or slows it down. So make goals and time frames for those things to get finished. And the more you set discipline up for yourself in this type of realm, you're able to do it in different areas of your life. It won't just be in working out. It won't just be in being able to set up time frames to do things and actually getting them done. It'll be in all parts of your life. And then balancing mind and body and creating that symbiotic connection will come easy to you. Just like if you've been doing shadow work and you've been doing shadow work your whole life, it comes easier to you because you know what red flags to look for. You know what is triggering you, so you have an idea of what methods to go through to get through these triggers. So it's beneficial all the way around, especially if you're an entrepreneur or you work for someone else, which you're either one or the other. For the most part, it helps in the workplace. It helps if you have kids. It helps if you have a partner. So these are things that you can just go through and do, and they will make a very big impact on your life. It's not one of those things that will happen overnight, but it's like the more you do it, you see. And if you go back into where you wrote your goals at, and you notice that all your goals now have been finished, stuff that you mentally put off and stopped yourself from doing, then it's like, okay, I have growth here. I disciplined myself. I did this. Now, what else can I discipline myself in? And that is the question. What else can you discipline yourself in? What else can you get done? What else can you get finished? So, with that being said, I want to conclude this video. You guys, like, really, build that connection, that symbiotic connection with yourself. Make sure it's not parasitic. Make sure you're not having a body dominant or too much of a mind dominant, because sometimes mind dominant can, be too overwhelming to the physical body. But you want to be able to know yourself. And it's sometimes it's hard to have a 50-50 balance. Sometimes it has to be 60-40, 70-30. That's kind of how it is. Even with energy workers that do light work and shadow work, or do uh, vice versa. Like, there always has to be some type of balance somewhere. So, thank you guys for coming back and sitting with me and listening to me go on about the connection of the mind and body. I hope that you guys are having an awesome day, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you see this. Um, and don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and definitely share this if you feel like there are people around you that need to know about the connection of the mind and the body, about it being more balanced and not being tipped to one side too much because of, there are difficulties that come along when that is done. So, see you guys next time. You guys have a good one.